Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You're with Boo, your one and only. You already know what it is. You already know what it do. We're with another video. And by the thumbnail and title, you kind of already know what's going on in this video. We're gonna do a little story time about the time I snuck out and almost froze to death. And it wasn't just me, it was also my friend Brianna, and I believe my sister was with us because in this time era we were like a little trio. So this is a little story time, and I was trying to think of a good one because there's like a lot of story times I have, but I feel like you just gotta be there to understand and think about how funny it is. And I think a lot of people like look at me and they're like, this girl's boring, this girl, she don't do much anymore, like she don't turn up. If you know me, like before I moved to Texas, you know that like I was kind of just like all over the place, like I was always out, I was always having a good time. But since moving here, I kind of just go to work and come home. But like what y'all don't know is I literally lived my best life before 21. Like I really did. All my friends were always older. Like my best friend Tina, she's 27. Maddie's like 25. Lane, he's on the road to 24. Like my boyfriend's 25. So, you know, I just always hung out with an older crowd. And also like my best friend Brianna, we're the same age. So this was my friend back, like we were best friends from like 6th grade when she moved to Fairbanks all the way up until high school, and we're like still friends. She lives in California now. And we did a lot of crazy stuff together. We also played hockey together. And at one point she like lived really close, well, a couple times actually, her family had rented houses close to my house. So we were just always having fun, and I started partying with Brianna then high school when I was freshman. Her and my twin sister, they went to a different school, I went to another, and they hung out with like an older crowd, and we all like started partying together. So we're gonna talk about the time that we snuck out, but this is actually before high school, so we were like in 7th or 8th grade, I think. So we're gonna talk about the time we snuck out and we almost died from hypothermia, like freezing to death. Brianna was like my road dog, like we did everything together. Brianna was like such a fun friend. I miss her. I'll have to go visit her in California sometime. But this specific time, I want to say we were like in 7th or 8th grade. My mom has a cabin, and back when I don't think my mom like let us stay home while she was out at the cabin till we were like in high school, I want to say. Like she would always like tell us we either need to go to the cabin and there's no phone service, and no high schooler or middle schooler wants to go to the cabin with no phone service. Or we'd have to go stay at our brother's house, or we'd have to go stay with a friend. We could never go home. But we knew really keen us to get in the house. But anyways, sorry mom, I know my mom watches this, but she already know. But anyways, so this specific time, it was winter. It was probably, I don't want to say it was like the coldest part of winter, which is like February, January. But I do want to say it was like October, December probably, because there was a good amount of snow. It was pretty cold, or it might have been after Christmas, like, and after February. It might have been, I don't know when it was, but it was like, there was snow, it was cold. And this is the time we snuck out. This is my friend Brianna used to hang out with like this rowdier crowd. Like they were a group of guys that she would like hang out with, and they just like to party, and they were a little older than us, and they had one friend that was like over 21, so he could always like buy the alcohol. And I remember them, but I don't really want to exploit names because like there's no point. But they were like a fun time, and they used to like take us, I remember they took us to like one of our first parties, because this was like 8th grade, like when I first started going out. I actually met Lane when I was like in 8th grade, when he was actually with our friend Charles, like when they were dating. I met him at like some little party. It was like some little dance party type thing. And this was around that time. because we were pretty young and like we didn't drive yet, none of that. My friend Brianna like she lived by me, but like even further. And I remember, so we'd have to sneak out of her house, and my house was way easier to sneak out of because like my mom would just go to bed and you just like walk out the downstairs door, because I lived in a 2-story house. She lived upstairs, and my room was downstairs next to the garage door. So you kind of just walk out. The only thing you'd have to look out for was this motion detecting light in the backyard. So actually thinking about this specific time, was sneaking out of our house. And I'm pretty sure it was Erica too, because I remember there was 3 of us. So the guys that picked us up, they had like a single cab truck, and it was 3 guys specifically. I'd call them Dumb and Dumber now because I don't really mess with them. And my friend Brianna, I'm pretty sure she was like talking to one of them. I was that like friend that nobody liked. My friend Brianna was cute when we was younger. Like, she had the titties, like she was curvy, she was blonde, she was really funny. And I was like I wasn't it yet. Your girl didn't hit her glow up until like I was like in high school. Like in high school, I also had no eyebrows. Maybe I'll insert a little picture right here. I had no eyebrows. But I was always that friend that was like, oh, who's your friend Brianna? Or who's your friend? And it was like never about me. So like these guys actually, I'm pretty sure all 3 of them had a crush on my friend Brianna. I had a crush on one of them, but like he was feeling my friend Brianna, so he was just playing. So it was nothing on like that. It was just like we was sneaking out because they wanted to like drink and hang out. So if you know where my mom lives, I live like in the boonies. It's like 15-20 minutes outside of town, and a steep driveway. So like to sneak out of my mom's house, like I said, you have to like get past this motion detecting light. So you have to, and it was snowing, and I don't do snow gear, so I'm sure all we left the house in was like jeans with sweatpants over them, probably some Uggs. We probably had hoodies and North Face jackets, and I don't even think we had gloves. Like, we was dumb. But I don't think we knew what we was getting ourselves into. But anyways, or Brianna would always have some plan, but she wanted to disclose everything. So we walk down the driveway. We get past the motion detecting light. We get down our driveway. It's steep. It's dark. Like, bet not let a moose come out at you, because you ain't going to see it. It's just going to run at you. They at the bottom of the driveway, so they have a 1-seater truck, and there's 3 already piled in the front, and then there's 3 of us. And like, guess where we had to ride? The truck bed. And there was snow in the truck bed, and it was cold. Like I told you guys, it was winter, it was cold. I mean, I don't think it was like negative. It might have been like anywhere from -10 to maybe like 20, 30 above, like who knows. Like I can't remember that in depth, but what I do remember is we were not prepared. I think I had a blanket wrapped around me, so we laid a blanket down on the bottom of this truck bed. And you know how far we had to go? We had to go to the North Pole. And when I say the North Pole, I ain't lying. Google it, because North Pole, Alaska is a thing. I'm from Fairbanks, Alaska, which is only like where my mom lived. It's like an hour away from North Pole. So like I lived close to North Pole. That's where these boys were taking us, like all the way to North Pole. So we were driving all the way from my mom's house in the back of a truck bed to North Pole. And like this truck was low. Like if a cop in like a tall car would have got next to us, they would have seen us in the truck bed. Like this was like the dumbest shit we ever did, honestly. And it was cold. We weren't wearing gloves. Thank God someone brought a blanket, because I always wrap myself in a blanket. But, like, we literally rode in the back of a truck. And this is what you do when you're in middle school and you just want to be cool and you want to hang out with cooler people and you want to sneak out. You risk your life and you risk your toes and your fingers to not do anything, to, like, not even turn up. And that's, like, how Fairbanks was. Like, I mean, come on. But we rode all the way out to these guys' house. And I remember, I think homeboy was playing video games. We hung out. We ate some snacks. I think we smoked a little bit of weed, drank a little bit of that little drink. We was like in middle school, so of course like a little bit was gonna go a long way for us. But yeah, and we had to ride back like that too, like, and it was like 4 or 5 in the morning, like when we went back. Like it was crazy. It was probably one of the dumbest things. Like there's a list of dumb things I did. Because like I said, before I was 21, I like lived my best life. I had like a great time. And this is not encouraging. And I'm not saying like I was just drinking and like doing crazy stuff. But like I had fun. I was a lot more social. I was traveling a lot more. And then, like, I moved to Texas, and life just hit me in the back of the head because I had just, like, picked up and, like, restarted my life here, and then COVID happened, and it just, like, I was still, like, already trying to get on my feet, but then it, like, knocked me even more, and, like, Texas just didn't have a lot, and where I was at in the time, like, Texas just couldn't really help me, so, like, I was one of those people that did not claim unemployment through the whole pandemic, but only could work 3 days a week. I wasn't even paying my rent for 3 months. Like, I wasn't even paying it, but, like, I'm saying I wasn't even making enough to pay my rent, like, those 3 months. Like, it was so hard. It was a struggle. We made it through. We here now, so amen. Blessed, hashtag blessed. So, can't be mad. Life is looking up. Life is looking good. You just gotta manifest and keep it pushing. And I'm not encouraging sneaking out of your home and riding in the back of a truck bed at -20 below, because... Oh, and y'all, I'm from Alaska, so if you guys didn't catch on yet, I'm from Alaska, born and raised, so if you don't know who Boo is, make sure you go watch some of my recent videos, but your girl's from Alaska, born and raised. I just moved to Texas in 2019. I've only been here for, like, 2 years, and, yeah, so, here I am, but, yeah, don't do that, don't do that, because, like, we could have lost some toes, we could have lost our nose. We could have got pulled over and gotten so much trouble. We could have caught in a car accident. Like, it's some serious thing. But here in Texas, it's legal to ride in the back of a truck bed. It's not legal in Alaska to ride in the back of a truck bed. But yeah, that's, like, pretty much my little story time about the time we snuck out. I have a lot of stories. It's just hard. I really need to go on my old laptop and find, like, videos, because I feel like you need to have some type of visual evidence to, like, support your story time, because it just makes it so much better, so you guys can feel like you're along with it. But I have some really good videos, like my friend Kiana, she crazy, and, like, I have, like, this one story about how it took us 2 hours. Kiana, we call her Cayenne Pepper when she's drunk, because she just, like, out of there. She's crazy. She'll, like, fight you. She'll start a bar fight. Like, she'll fight you if you're a guy. It doesn't even matter. Like, she'll run away. You have to chase her. There was this one time, and I have these such funny videos of her. She just kept trying, like, it took us 2 hours to get her out of this bonfire spot. Like, kid you not. We have videos of her rolling out the other side of the car because she was running, because she was trying to fight someone. But I have, like, a lot of good stories. I had so much fun when I was younger, and, like, Lane's, like, one of my mains. And you guys have seen him on my channel if you've watched my recent videos with him, like, well, not recent, but, like, from, like, the beginning of my channel. We did a couple videos together, but yeah, I had so much fun. And then I moved to Texas, and I kind of just became, like, a homebody, but then COVID happened, so it forced us to be inside. And I just, like, never really, like, made a lot of friends here when I never really made a lot of friends when I first moved here. I just, like, work, so, like, my friends here are, like, people I know at work, but your girl's, like, getting to know some people from, like, the YouTube community, which is really cool. So y'all just have to stay tuned, because your girl, I'm trying to move to Houston, like, soon. So I've been thinking about it. The only thing is my job's here, and I just got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I have a lease, so I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But give me some more video ideas until next video. Much love. Love you guys.